have got the 8 of Coins. So it looks like overall for this period or for this reading, it's important to pay attention to details. It's important to put the right kind of work in and to be diligent and not to get too heady or excited with anything in particular, but to try and remain grounded and focused on whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Okay, so you need to be willing to learn as well, to be a bit of an open cup as well this month or for this period, um, and be willing to learn, try new things, and put the right work in where it's required. So you have to give a bit of thought, I think, to two things. This is actually the Sun in Virgo. Okay, so which would, represent someone who's quite detail orientated and hardworking, maybe even a bit of a control freak. All right, so we've got Ten of Swords here. No one likes to see this card, but I'm always reassured by Spirit that it's not a negative card. In fact, it means if you had a headache, the headache's gone. You know, if you've had any sort of mental pressures or stress, that's gone. And I think it's because you found an outlet. You found an outlet for this stress and you're putting it into your work. And then you've got the Page of Rods underneath, which is in reverse. So I know that's not to go any further into the deck. But this would talk about some sort of new beginning, learning something new, thinking about the future, not looking back, trying to remain positive, remaining curious, and just trying to keep the optimism about what could be in the future. So maybe your relationship has recently overcome some sort of difficulties, or maybe you just personally have been dealing with things, and you're now deciding to kind of throw yourself into what really matters, whatever that might be for you. Okay, so got the Seven of Wands here at the center of the reading. So feeling quite defensive, having definitely drawn a line in the sand here. Not being able to be swayed. Again, you know where you're going. You could have other people trying to turn your mind, change your mind, tell you, oh no, don't do it that way, do it this way. This way will work better. Why are you doing it that way? And they may have all their own reasons. Maybe in the past you gave quite a lot to these people, and so now they still kind of want you to continue doing that, but you've now kind of struck your own path. And this could be relating all to one person, the person that you're dealing with. They could be feeling like you're shutting them out, keeping them out, focusing on yourself. Maybe your pride has been a bit bruised as well because of this person. So now you're like almost in a prideful way, or in a way to protect your own ego, your own feeling of pride. You're like, no, I'm not having that. This is also about setting standards as well. So yeah, I think you're overcoming something by putting yourself into your work, and you're not allowing whoever may be trying to get to you, whether that be get back into your heart, get back on the same page with you, or whatever. You're just putting up a resistance to that, or you're definitely drawing a line in the sand and setting some sort of standard. You want things to go right now. You want to do the right thing. You want to walk the right path with regards to your relationships, not any paths that are deceitful or misleading, or don't lead to your kind of happiness, So at the base of the reading, so what motivates you is the Knight of Rods, which is very similar to the Page. In terms of being optimistic moving forward, but you're really wanting to put things into action. Again, I feel like your ego could have been bruised a little bit, and you're wanting to kind of claim back that feeling of confidence and virility and sexuality and sexual attraction, and you want to know that you still got it. The Knight of Rods is someone who's trying to prove themselves through their creativity, through their sexuality, or through their career, usually. So and you may feel like you've got a bit of a fight on your hands, but I think something's triggered you, and it's put you in this kind of position of wanting to prove yourself. Now this could also be just you deciding that, okay, I'm now motivated to just go and have fun. I'm now motivated to go and just to do what I want without any rules, do what I want to do. explore all the options I never explored before, and basically putting yourself first. And not everyone is someone to me who puts themselves first before everything else and protects themselves, and is almost like a pioneer in some ways. You could be striking out on your own or in a new way at the moment, especially with the Seven of Wands here. I don't think you're wanting to take anything back if it's being offered to you. You're not wanting to take anything that's being offered. So whatever's being offered to you, it looks like you're not wanting it. Instead, you want to have fun. So in the near past, we have the Four of Swords. So this could be related to the Ten of Swords. It could be a breakdown in communication that you had with somebody, but maybe not in a painful way, because it's not the Five of Swords or even the Seven of Swords or the Nine of Swords. It's more in a way where you may have just decided to just take some time away from somebody and give a lot of thought to the situation. You may again have felt a bit like war torn, because this is a soldier coming back to rest. So, and the Three of Swords comes before that as well. So it's very much like you're, I think, recovering or went through a period of recovery in the near past. And that may have involved you stopping communication with someone, or with lots of people, or just not really kind of trying to pursue any relationships going forward. So your intentions is to make yourself happy, which is very much like the Knight of Rods, very kind of focused on making myself feel good again, focused on my own Nine Cups, my own happiness, very much self-focused on your own healing, I think. And this is also about, wish fulfillment, wishes coming true. So maybe you set some new goals for yourself and you're really quite focused on that, getting some sort of wish fulfillment. Maybe you're holding out for someone in particular as well. Maybe there's other people that are involved and you're not sticking with them. And there's one person in particular that you're holding out for, and you're expecting to get this wish. You're expecting it to come through. Again, this for you may be a lot to do with winning in some way, or a lot to do with the satisfaction of getting this person. So you're looking to be emotionally satisfied. This could also indicate, I've seen it indicate a party before as well, or a birthday celebration, but you're an Aquarius, so your birthday is not for ages away. But it could be that this could be relating to some sort of celebration or party or something that you're planning to have, some sort of success that you're looking forward to having, some sort of celebration, a final feeling of release and happiness and feeling like light again. I feel that you're very focused on building that back up if you've lost it, or just working towards that if you're with someone. That kind of wish fulfillment, ultimate kind of emotional happiness that makes you feel really good as an individual. And then we've got the King of Swords in the near future. So yeah, it looks like you will definitely be feeling very, very much back in the game, as they say, very much empowered, know exactly where you're going, very clear in your mind as to, what's staying, what's going, what's worth keeping, what's not. We see him, with the harvest here, it looks like some sort of grain. So, this individual has harvested, their efforts, or the fruit of their efforts. And much like the Virgo energy, the Virgo character usually carries the same harvest. It could be that if it's a Virgo, you're choosing to stay with this person as well. You're choosing to keep, you made a decision to be with this person, and to keep them. Or it could be also representing that you're very clear now on who's staying and who's going. So, you will see a success in this area in terms of you fighting off other people's opinions or wants for you. You definitely kind of win out in that sense, and feel very sure going forward as to, where you're going, where you're coming from, why you're here, what you're going to do next. You're being very intelligent about your movements going forward. It could also talk about communication. It could be an air sign that you're dealing with as well, potentially. Yeah, but you're feeling very much, I mean, if you feel like you lost anything with regards to the Knight of Rods trying to prove that, you know, get your confidence back, you definitely get that back towards the end of the period. So maybe 4 weeks, over the next 4 weeks. So we've got the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles to how your partner possibly sees you or feels about you. So your partner, it looks like, isn't going anywhere. Okay, so because we've got a lot of pentacles here, so it talks about, you know, staying still, laying seeds, not really moving. The Page of Pentacles can be someone that's quite excited about a new beginning with you, making that commitment with you, but they could feel that maybe you're in two minds or undecided, or that things are very much up in the air at the moment. There's a commitment, but not quite a commitment. There could be distance between you two, so the commitment could be there, but maybe water divides you. So it's like it's all a bit up and down. I feel like a choice has been made, though. Maybe you've chosen to be with this, because this is Virgo. This is the Virgo card, so maybe you're dealing with a Virgo at the moment, and it looks like it's either they are undecided about making a commitment, but with it coupled with the Page of Pentacles, I'm really inclined to say that they have made a decision about being with you, but for some reason things are not stable between you two. There's still a lot to be maybe discussed. Maybe the commitment is on the verge of happening. And I think you're here saying, I'm going to make this decision on my own. I'm not going to have anyone force me into it. Your partner doesn't really get that. Your partner just feels that you're just being undecided, and that feels a bit unsteady about things, really. They just feel unsteady as to whether or not this is like where this is going. But they're hanging on in there with the Two of Pentacles. They're not going anywhere. They're committed to you. They could be younger than you as well with the Page there. So you've got the Temperance card and the Six of Cups for their emotions or their subconscious position, which is lovely to see. This is, I feel, very much love. It's very loving energy. They do feel the connection between you two. Definitely a connection here. Emotional reciprocity. They feel that they've met their soulmate, someone that they feel they've got a real connection with and can like share things with. And they may feel like you guys have a lot of happy memories, and they may feel very peaceful and very healed when they're with you. They may be trying to balance their emotions. So this could be a bit of a test for them in some ways. With the Temperance card being here, to manage their own emotions and not to maybe overreact to maybe your determination to do things your way, or to take your time with your decision, or you being defensive. They're learning to not be over emotional and to remember what the end goal is, because ultimately they do feel quite moved by this. They feel like they are on the right path when they are dealing with you. You know, like they're on the right path. But again, there's a balance of, you know, keeping one foot on the land and one foot in the water. Them trying to not allow their emotions to jump all the way into the pool, but at the same time, you know, not be completely uninvolved at all. And if they are trying to do that, they're not able to get their emotions out of the situation. They're very much involved. They're deeply involved at this point. Hello, spiritually guided. How you doing? So yeah, they are very moved, very touched, very deeply connected to you. They feel like you're their soulmate. So if there was any sort of ending or break between you, just know that this person would really feel maybe even lost without you for a period of time. Okay. They're very emotionally up and down, I think, when it comes to the situation. But they're hanging on in there. because they've made a commitment. And it could be an earth sign person who, like, once they have decided that they like someone, they kind of want to see it to the end. You know, they want to give it its due kind of time and effort to they want to give it a good shot. Basically, they don't want to give up easily. They want to see what can't be worked out until literally nothing can be worked out, but while the earth sign still sees hope, the likelihood is they're not going anywhere. So you'd have to literally do the 7 of Wands and like, no, I need time, I need to do my own thing, because I think the earth sign of all signs will probably be more persistent. So we've got the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Wands for the past, and that could be why, you carried this energy in the past and maybe not wanting to speak to this person. In this not speaking, they are terribly hurt, very, very upset, maybe even remorseful and regretful about what happened in the past, what has been lost, all because of what they feel to be minor arguments, battles of the ego, one person wanting to be right when the other person wants to be right. No one just backing down and saying, you know what, I love you, I care about you, I'm sorry. Can we try to just see what we both want here, rather than digging your heels and standing your ground and I just want to be right. I just want to win this argument, so I have the power, I have the leverage in the relationship, so my ego isn't as hurt or bruised. That happened instead, it looks like, or there have been some conflicts that have just caused a lot of hurt on this person's part. But I always get issues of control with this card. So I don't know if there were maybe issues of control. But they may have felt like you just weren't having it, because they may have been trying to control things, but then you're trying to do your thing and you're just at loggerheads, But really, the 5 of Wands always reminds me that there's always a shared and common goal here, because you've all got wands, or they've all got wands. So they must all have collected them from the same place for probably the same reason. But now they're fighting against each other. And really, they should be fighting for the relationship, and maybe that person regrets that, being too egotistical, and maybe that really, hurt you. And also you might have just wanted some peace, like you just like 4 of Swords, like I don't really want to argue, I can't be bothered, I'm going to just back away from the whole situation and just leave you to argue on your own. But it's left this person quite heartbroken and feeling like maybe they said the wrong thing, feeling quite regretful about how things have gone and wishing that things had gone differently. So we've got the Judgment card, the Moon card. I'll go through all of these as we go on. We've got the Virgo coming out again here. So in terms of how they think things are going to go, they really don't know with the Moon card here. They know that a judgment is impending, like a final decision is coming up, but they don't know what that could be. And I think they're finding it all quite unsettling. It's the not knowing. Maybe there still is this backing away from you, with the 7 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. You're still backing away, and it's left them feeling a little bit like, I don't know what's going to happen. They're hoping that they may get an opportunity to talk with you again, that things will kind of get a second chance, that things will all come out in the open. But they're also quite fearful of this outcome. I don't think they feel the outcome is going to be good. They feel like it's not going to be good. And that so much emotion is going to be there, and they're just feeling very, very emotional, confused. This would also be them expecting some sort of secret to come out that they're not looking forward to finding out about. They may realize that, they're going to have to be completely honest with you. like completely honest with you, even if it doesn't make sense. Like even if they can't put their words together properly, they could be worried about, oh, I'm gonna put it together properly, I'm not gonna express myself clearly because my emotions run so deep, Or they could even be kind of thinking, if I get back with this person, if we do work things out, am I going to just be more deeply entrenched in my emotions and be even more confused? But I feel that there is going to be an opportunity, or they are thinking that there'll be an opportunity for you guys to at least try to discuss things and get things out in the open. Okay. So we've got here the King of Swords, as I've said. I feel that you'll be feeling a lot stronger, like you taking this time out to think things through and to focus on your happiness and what makes you happy, and kind of within yourself that this person has the part of your ego that got a bit blown or a bit bruised, and you've gone to work at fixing that. you know um and I think you've fully kind of healed by the end. Very soon you'll be back on track. um they, in the near future, it looks like there'll be some success for them, okay? And it will be with regards to them possibly being able to work their magic in the situation. So maybe this to me also talks about appreciation of what someone has as well. So this person could feel appreciated. Maybe they learn to take you not to take you for granted as much anymore. But either way, they're feeling very successful about in the near future. So it looks like there is communication here from you. Maybe you do finally come out of your Four of Swords and Seven of Wands kind of energy, and you actually go ahead and speak your truth, which seems to make this person, maybe it's not their wish come true, but it makes them feel very happy, recognized, and less ignored maybe by you, because this would be about ignoring someone or ignoring some situation. And I think it kind of gives a boost to their self-esteem as well, a massive boost actually, that they at least feel recognized, and empowered. They feel empowered as well. So I think that you really do have a good conversation with this person in the near future that seems to result in a lot of happiness on their part. And you also feel like you're very clear. Yeah, this person never let go. This person may feel like, yeah, I did it. Because the Magician card is someone that is very, they appreciate themselves a lot. They recognize that they are the magic behind all the tools. So it's like this person may feel like they are the magic behind this all going right, that they did all the right things, said all the right things at the right time. So as much as they're fearing maybe this conversation, they actually, I think, do end up expressing themselves quite well. But I think it's probably even more so your part in the fact that you're able to kind of conduct this conversation so well. And it just leaves this person feeling very successful and appreciated. So we've got the King of Pentacles here. So yes, most definitely it could be that you're dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn person here, but we have seen the Virgo card come out. So it could be that you're dealing with a Virgo, and they feel, again, very confident. They seem to be restored themselves. Yeah. This person, the King of Pentacles, it could be, like a male that you're dealing with that feels very confident and secure and steady. Maybe you both feel like you're finally getting somewhere. You maybe both feel understood. And there could be a focus on money as well here from this person. Maybe they're very focused on money and their work. If they are an earth sign, likely it is they are anyway. Yeah. But yeah, I think things just come into a really lovely kind of balance, to be honest, here between you and this earth sign. Things come into balance. And there's this reciprocity and appreciation, I think, for each other, to be honest with you. I think you feel seen, you feel heard, they feel seen, they feel heard, and you both feel very good about things. So we've got the Two of Swords and the Eight of Wands to further clarify the future. So this can talk about kind of closing off your, being closed off to a situation, but the Eight of Wands here talks about communication and positivity. So this could talk about, maybe you guys, you both end up as very good friends, understanding each other and having a respect for each other. I mean, there's two kings here. So this could talk about having a respect for each other and being appreciated and things turning out pretty okay for both of you, even if maybe you decide that you don't want to be emotionally involved. You want to maybe keep it more on a kind of more mental level, and you may find yourself feeling very positive about moving forward. Now, this could also be that you stick with this person and that you're moving positively forward with them, but there still seems to be, I feel like you could be still having some doubts about this person, but maybe your intuition is saying just go for it, and it's something that you can't deny. Things may not look how they're supposed to, in terms of what you expect from a relationship. Things may not seem that way, even when you think about it. It may be like, no, this doesn't add up, but your intuition is peaceful. It seems to be, I think, wanting to say yes with Eight of Wands here, wanting to move forward. So you're still quite inspired, I think. Maybe the conversation that you have are so positive that you just move forward anyway, even though there may be some lingering doubts about what's happened in the past and what was said. It's maybe made a part of you maybe you kind of reserve a part of yourself now with this person. You may not be completely open with them all the time, like in a way of trying to protect yourself. And this could also be where you completely decide to not do that. And just with the Eight of Wands here says, you know what, I've decided to move forward positively, confidently, with faith and with optimism, and just keep things moving positively with this person, and made a final decision to do that and to stop listening to those doubts. Maybe that's what you do going forward. And the overall outcome is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands does talk about, coming home. The pigeon, the chicken's coming home to roost. Like, well, I guess that's more the Judgment card, but, things coming back full circle, romance, fun times, celebration. Maybe you visit their home, they visit your home. Maybe, there is a sharing of what kind of lives and families here as well, but definitely a coming together, a union. And it could also indicate you guys actually, having some intimate time together, that reconnects you and restores the relationship. Maybe there's been a long period without that if you haven't been speaking, and now, you kind of get to share each other again in that way. So yeah, it looks really quite positive, to be honest with you. It hasn't ended up anything unhappy. The Ten of Swords does explain, it does say that there will be difficult times, maybe for this period, but it's going to be overcome because it's the 10. It will be overcome. All right, so I'm going to do your extended now, even though I take it through to Gum Road. I'm going to do it for you because it's so late in the month, and I think it's only fair. So that's my good deed for the day or for the month for you guys. But yeah, this is also a thank you to everyone that subscribes, all you lovely subscribers, lovely people who come and watch my lives, and stick by me, even though I'm not always that consistent. I really appreciate you. And yeah, this is for you. This is for you guys. So yeah, cards, make sure they're good. Or spirit, I should say, make sure these are good for you. All right, so Aquarius, love. Okay, so we've got open relationship being the overall energy. So yeah, maybe at the moment there is distance between you two. However, you're still together. Okay, so even if there is distance, you're still together. I don't get the feeling that it's an open relationship in any negative way. Not at all. I feel that it's just a case. I mean, maybe at the moment it may feel as if you're literally holding on by tender hooks, you know. It could feel that way at the moment. However, spirits let you know that even though you're both, you know, entertaining the idea of possibly moving in opposite directions, different directions, actually you're still holding on to each other. You may just need a bit of a timeout. Then we've got young male here for the challenge. So the challenge could be that maybe one of you is tempted to just be single, is tempted to just, you know, the challenge could be here as well if someone's ego has been bruised, to go ahead and prove they still got it. This is very much, you know, that guy in out of his convertible car, you know, on a warm day, talking to like some lovely lady or guy maybe, you know, walking by, and kind of showing off what they got. Like, yeah, look at my car, look who I am, look where I'm going. Don't you want to join me? So I feel like there's someone, maybe possibly you, that kind of has these feelings. Maybe this person was quite rude to you, or just made you feel, just bruised your ego in some way, and you may be trying. There could be a challenge here in trying to prove to yourself that you're worth more. You know. So we've got the fair male as to what brings you together. So this to me is a thinker. So it's in the thinking that brings you together, or it could be an air sign or you. It could be that it's you who brings it together. It's how you're thinking about the situation that will kind of make or break this situation, I think. It's really how you're going to think about this. Yeah. Basically, are you going to be optimistic about it, or are you going to think the worst, I guess, and or not really think the worst, but with the Seven of Wands, it's like you're either gonna like keep digging your heels in the sand and like, or in the dirt, and being like, no, I'm not budging from where I am, or you're gonna start to think about maybe what you have with this person and what it is you really want in life. If it's a relationship, if this person fits that bill, could it be worked out? Could you talk about it? You know, was it a minor squabble that could be ironed out? Or is it so serious that, you know, you're going to dig your heels in? Again, it's this whole maybe energy of wanting to be right between you two. So I do get kind of a little bit of game playing here, or mind games here, possibly on both sides. And that could be why you're so defensive. Like mind games, I should say. Okay, so they're learning about soulmates, we're learning about the mature woman. So, you know, these two are very different. You're learning about maybe having the confidence of a mature woman. You know, the confidence of a mature woman, like literally everyone in that room, in a room, could say something bad about her, and she will still have a knowing confidence of who she is, where she's going, why she's going there, where she's coming from, and what value she brings, regardless of what anyone else says. So it's about having that unshakable confidence, I feel here with a mature woman, knowing that you are damn hot, absolutely stunning, and whatever anyone else has to say or however anyone else makes you feel, that cannot change. And I think it's having that kind of confidence and kind of going into that kind of maturity. This person looks at you as, or is dealing with, or learning lessons around soulmates. So they could really feel like they're dealing with a soulmate at the moment. And that could be why they're so heartbroken. Um, and maybe that's why the moon card is here as well. It's all maybe quite new for them to really be so involved in a soulmate connection because they're learning lessons around it. You see them as children, so you can see them as quite immature. And they see you as a brunette female, very mysterious and alluring and very sexy. So we've got the twin flame card here at the base of the deck, which talks about, you know, major learning lessons here. I think for the both of you, you've both been in this particular period of time, you're both learning lessons in this relationship. You know, you're both being pushed to grow in different ways. I think for you, you're learning everything about issues around confidence and who you are, because you do come out as a King of Swords in the end, that you do find this newfound confidence in you, which makes you slightly less defensive. And for them, I think they're just maturing from being maybe a fairly young minded person to being a bit more mature. That's what I'm getting. Because they've come out as the Page, the Cups, you know, other things have indicated that this person is slightly, I mean, even you see them as children, you know, you see them as quite playful, maybe don't take things so seriously, you know. Yeah. This person could also have children, and that could be a challenge for you as well to an extent. Maybe you're dealing with a mature woman who has children. That could be that as well. But they see you as the brunette female, very alluring and mysterious and secretive and not always easy to get in touch with, but nonetheless has totally got their attention. Okay, I'm going to pull a few more cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for Aquarius. A higher power, chaos and conflict in the past, peace for the present, and come to the edge for the near future. And then we've got loyal hearts, which pretty much reflects this image in terms of both facing opposite directions, but their heads are turned towards each other. You know, these two are not looking at each other, but the connection is still there between them. So you're still connected. There's still a lot of loyalty, it seems to be, between you both. The higher power would suggest that, yes, this is a lot of things that are happening right now are kind of being orchestrated by, you know, a higher power or the universe, I guess you could say. And everything is playing out, I think, as it's supposed to, and that you will require some sort of faith in the fact that you know, the four also represents stability. There will be no changes. This person isn't going anywhere, like I said from the beginning, but you may need to have faith in what's happening here and not maybe be so dramatic about it, maybe, or not worry about it so much. But this was meant to be so that you could both learn these lessons. So there was chaos and conflict in the past, but again, I feel like it was meant to be. Maybe it had a lot to do with issues of well-being as well, knowing how to kind of love yourself, look after yourself, care for yourself. And I say that because of the number of numerology more than anything. But the chaos and conflict shows there was a lot of changes in the near past. We then have peace for the present. So yeah, I think at the moment there may be, this could be the Four of Swords energy. Like you may just be seeking some peace. But I'll read from the book for that one. And then we've got Come to the Edge, which talks about you taking a leap of faith, I think, towards love, which will require, I think, a new beginning, in, you know, mentally and emotionally on your part. So I'm going to read number 23. So it says here, peace, essential meanings, freedom from attachment and radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly how it should be. Harmony is beautiful, enjoy it. The relationship message reads, when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and it is to be savored. Mm. So, yeah, I guess that there's a lot of I think there is a true alignment, it looks like, between you guys, especially with the twin flame and the soulmate card here, and the loyal heart. They're all indicators of this being quite a kind of spiritual union. So it could be maybe a positive karmic relationship, maybe a twin flame if you believe in it, or a soulmate connection. I'm going to read number 4 as well, higher power. So it says conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. I'm going to go straight to the relationship message. It reads, it's a time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. I said that's quite fitting, really, in terms of the lessons that I think you guys are learning. I think most relationships come into our life so we can kind of see ourselves a bit better and hopefully grow from it, as painful as it is sometimes to grow. But they are what they call growing pains. So I think you just need to have faith throughout all this. And I think the near future as well shows a lot of positive energy towards the end of this period, even if you decide that you want to just be friends. I think that it will still be a very good friendship. You'll still remain very good friends. But then there's also the potential there with the Four of Wands that things will actually just go from strength to strength, and there will be a reunion if there has been a separation or breakdown in communication. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed it. You got your extended. Thank you so much for joining me and sticking with me throughout the reading. Many blessings to you, much love to you all, and yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. And don't forget to visit my newly published website, symbolsforliving.com, where you can get lots of lovely merchandise and also book a reading if you wanted one. All right, take good care. Bye-bye.